Hi, I'm Michael Wise from BalletWise. I'm its host and creator. This entire series is set up to help you as the dancer, whether you're a student, a professional, or you're the parent of a child that's a dancer. We want to answer those questions. I've danced with large companies, small companies, good companies, bad companies. I'm the first American male to have ever been a principal dancer in Russia. I've had great accomplishments in my life, and I've learned a lot, and I've dealt with adversity, and I want to be able to help guide you just like I've guided so many students into their professional careers or being a better student or just learning how to be a better dancer. Now, something that has come up occasionally, and I think it's something that we should discuss. Being different isn't the problem. It's the solution. You as a dancer, we get into ballet class where we have multitudes of people. And we're always worrying about, am I improving fast enough? Why is so-and-so improving so much faster? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And we need to stop. You are an individual. So start being that individual. You have a responsibility only to yourself. Yes, we like to allow ourselves to feel like we have a responsibility to the teacher, but our goal is not to be a piece of cardboard. You're never going to be like Susie. You're never going to be like Brian. You're not going to be like someone else. We can learn from others, but we will always be our individual selves. And you as an individual are a wonderful thing. It's why we were put on this earth. So keep that in mind. Your personality sets you apart. You might be that kid that's just super reckless. That was me. And you know what? Yeah, you might improve at a much faster rate, but you're going to hit some plateaus. And you're going to have to figure out what you need to go back and fix. Or you might be somebody that's just a little bit more reserved, a little bit more calculating. And you know what? You may not improve as fast, but you probably won't hit plateaus. You will just continue to grow and grow at a slower pace. But you will continuously keep that progress. Where someone that's reckless might explode, then stop, hover around an area for a little while, then explode again. But we have to look at who we are as people. We like to claim that, ballet is this incredible art form. And when you go and see things like corps de ballets where everybody looks the same and they move as one giant unit, yes, that's great. Yes, I love those things. But I was never trained to be like that. I heard my entire life, Michael, you're probably not going to be in the corps de ballet. You're too short and you're too intense. So that's fine. I learned to accept who I was. I learned to accept the way I worked. And other people learned to accept it as well. I can't tell you that there weren't people that would just get annoyed at me just by being in class, because there were. But that's their problem, not yours. Remember, your job is to be the best dancer you can be. It's not your fault that someone else can't do it. Now, being an individual, it's like a superpower. I know that's going to sound strange. I'm going to use myself right now and my experience as a student and why I reached the heights that I did. I'm a hyperactive ADHD kid, all right? I loved comic books. I loved race cars. I was a goofball. I'm different, but in all the good ways. I'm crazy, and I wear it on my sleeve. These are all things that we are all different about, but I use that to my advantage. When I was taking a ballet class, because I am intense, and I like to push, and I want to be the best. But I didn't use it in the sense of I wanted to disrupt others. No, I wanted to be the best that I could humanly be. Because I understood that one day I would be one of the best. It wasn't a question of how did I go about doing it? It was just like, no, I got this. Yes, I have unreal confidence at times, but that's because I have accepted who I am. I've accepted the fact that I am different. I'm crazy in class. I was referred to as a kamikaze at times because there wasn't anything I wouldn't try. I had to learn to be more disciplined. I had to learn to get better control of this. But that's because of where my personality comes into play. My personality says push, attack, own it. Your personality may be different. But taking those personality traits that are who we are and we move them into our dancing. I like to always say that ballet is just basically therapy. You know, you get into ballet class and you can let your emotional range just flow. You can do Grabat Ma's angry. You can do the Adagio sad. You can do so many things with our emotions while we dance as an outlet. That's one way that you will make yourself stand out because you are accepting who you are. You know that you're different, and the only person you answer to is yourself. The teacher's there to help you. And yes, we want to do right by the teacher. But what it really comes down to is you have to do right by yourself. So using your individuality, using your differences to flavor the steps. Think of it from that point of view. I always say this. Ballet is the vocabulary. It's the language that we are learning. Who we are is what allows us to say it with feeling. So just because you have to have the same arm as everyone else doesn't mean you are like everyone else. Are you pulling up? Are you feeling something? And are you feeling something to such an intent that it's almost overpowering? Because if you are, everybody around you is going to feel it. Everybody around you is going to see it. So when we talk about our personalities and making ourselves different, and why being different is the solution, it's because it's what sets ourselves apart. I will never dance like anyone else. I will find individuals that I wanted to follow and learn from, and I love the way they dance, and I might incorporate pieces of that. But who I am and my personality and the fact that I am not like anyone else is what allowed me to take those things and flavor them my way. I'm not normal, and I'm proud of it. Normal people don't just go flying off to Moscow, Russia, and just plan on, yeah, I'm going to make a career here. I ended up as a principal dancer with the Moscow Classical Ballet, the first American ever to do it. Why? Because I'm different. Because I don't try to be like anyone else. Because I can only be like me. I can learn from others. I can incorporate pieces of what those other people have, but it will always have my flavor. You want to be more, and you want to be able to take the fact that you are different and use it to your advantage, then take those differences in you. Another situation is I'm different because I'm short and built like a bodybuilder. I put muscle on in ways with just, it's ridiculous. But as a dancer, we don't look at that as a positive. But I was different. And I used that to my advantage. So because I didn't have the best line in the room, I would jump higher than everyone else. Because I didn't have the greatest legs and feet, they were good. I turned better than everyone else. But the one thing that really set me apart was the fact that I was so intense and had such a great love for what I did, nothing was going to get in my way. I never sabotaged anyone. I just got better than them. That is a part of my personality. That is a part of who I am. And I'm not telling you to be like me. I'm telling you to be like you. What are your differences? What are the things that make you special? What are the things that set you apart? That is your solution. Because if you can take those and allow them to become part of how you flavor your technique, you will be the answer. Because now no one can do what you do. No one can move like you. No one can be you. And that's what makes you special. That's what dance is. We always talk about wanting to see dancers all look the same. Everyone's technique is absolutely perfect. This, that, and the other. Boring. It's a waste of time. If we harp on that, we lose ourselves. Yes, technique is important. Do we want our technique flawless? Yes. But we should look at that as a foregone conclusion. Because once again, we're learning a language. Your body is speaking this language. But if you speak it like everyone else does, then no one's going to pay attention. No one cares. But if you take the pieces of yourself that make you different, that make you special, and you use that to flavor your way of dancing, you become unstoppable. You become a superhero. Because people can't understand it. They just have to watch. For some, it may be too much, and you'll have to learn to control it a little bit. For others, it's everything they've ever wanted. But you can set yourself apart on stage, in the studio, and in class by letting you be the dancer. You're not going to be like anyone else. So remember, being different isn't the problem. Being different is the answer. And use that. So remember, you are not the problem. You are the answer. You're going to allow yourself, you as that individual. We all see ourselves as being different. And if you don't, maybe you need to look in the mirror a little bit closer, because we are. So don't let that difference in us hold us back. Let that difference be part of who you are and move us forward. So just keep that in mind, and hopefully this has helped you. I'm Michael Wise with BalletWise, and I hope that you keep dancing.